Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in MTK Scotland. With me I've got the main man himself, Danny Vaughan. Danny, how long has it been?
I haven't seen you for about 2 or 3 months.
Where have you been? You've been hiding.
No, you're the one who's hiding. You're everywhere. You're all over the world at the minute.
Well, thanks.
You're doing really well.
I appreciate that.
Doing really well.
So, you're doing really well as well. There's 3 of your fighters, Sean McComb, Mohammed Wasim and Sam Maxwell. They're all in big fights. We've not got Sam's opponent yet, but we know the fights that Sean and Waz are in. Let's talk about Sean McComb. Big year for Sean. You've said it. Everyone in MTK have said it's going to be a massive year ahead of him. He's up against a former Olympian and Craig Evans from Wales. Yeah. Tough fight. Is it down at lightweight, this one?
It's at 138.
138.
Up to now we're thinking that it's at 138 yet. So
just break down that fight to me and what it means for fight. Sean.
I mean, Sean's last 2 opponents have been South Americans, so they've come with unbeaten records and 4 for world titles, but the average Joe doesn't really know them. Only boxing people know them, so he hasn't really had the credit to what he's done his last couple of fights. But this time round he's fighting the tough Craig Evans, who's fought, I've boxed against him 3 times with Tom Stalker. He's fought Tennyson. You know, he's a top lad. So massive fight for Sean, a fight we've took as a team, MTK Global and myself, the fight we think we can win, which, you know, we will win, but it's the right fight at the right time.
You made at the beginning of the year that Sean was going to move down to 135. This is 138 now. I've seen how Sean trains. I've seen him run up that Istan Mountain in Marbella. The guy's an athlete, but his nutrition wise, the Twixes and stuff like that, is this easy for Sean to get down to 135?
Andrew, honestly, I mean, he walks around about 147 when he's not in training. So he was making 140 at a canter, eating what he wants, having his chocolate and overnight, and then we had to sit down with MTK Global when we were in Dubai, and we decided the best move for us for now is Sean to move down to 135. We'll do 138. Obviously he's screaming for the title, but he deserves the title shot, but it will come. So this one against Evans will do 138, and then later on in the year it'll be 135, and he will be a big, massive, strong lightweight. He's going to be hard to beat at lightweight, to be honest.
Especially with the size of him.
And as you see now, he's hitting fellas at 140. The last, he's dropping them. He's looking big and strong. So at 135, he's going to be an animal.
You've said in the past as well that you believe Sean McComb's going to be a world champion. Now the 140-pound division is a tough division. I mean, Josh Taylor, Ramirez, Hooker, Prograis. I mean, some of them names at the top of the top of the division right now. Some scary fighters. How can you see Sean in this time next year, roughly, in amongst them names?
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to do 135, but it's like boxing's like anything else.
I mean, yeah.
Boxing's like anything else. With the opportunity to come at 140, in an ideal world, we're all screaming for Josh to go and unify them. Josh might have a bigger fight after that at welterweight. You just don't know what's around the corner. Then all the belts will be there. MTK, we've got Jack Catzel, we've got Sean. You know, we've got loads of fellas in the mix. But obviously we're going to make 135. But if 140 come, we'll jump at that opportunity as well.
135, the world champions are.
They're all tough.
Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Richard Commey's a good fight as well. So even if he does float between the 135 and 140-pound division, it's some tasty names up there, isn't there?
They're all tasty, but the plan is for Sean, to get him 4 fights this year, and we'll make an assault on, say, a title and a world title 2021. This year is just keeping him active, keeping him busy, keeping him winning, getting more experienced fights like we're starting off in April as we go along this year. But he's more than ready for every step, and the way he is with me in the gym and the way we gel together, he's got a massive future.
He's been screaming for a title, like you said. After this fight all going well against Craig Evans, we're going to see a minor title or some sort of title for
It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be, or he's going to end up chinning somebody.
Yeah, probably you or me.
Probably me. Probably me or MTK. No, we will get a belt for him some stage this year. We're looking at the big Fearless show as well. It'd be great for him to, in his own backyard to win a title that night, and it will be a bigger opponent next time on the Feeler, and he'll fight again later in the year, and then we'll see what goes on next year. But he's buzzing. I know Sean quite well now, and his mentality is probably one of the best. Mentally, just in this game, he just doesn't give a, as he calls it, doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck, and he's got that
in
mentality.
a good way, not like he doesn't give a fuck.
And you look at Josh Taylor, he speaks great, but in his mind there's no one beating him. And Sean's got that mentality that he believes everyone who he asks, he doesn't question nothing. He just says, you and MTK make the decisions, and I'll fight whoever you put in front of me. So he makes your job easier. But we know the score. The fights are getting harder. The training's getting. You've got to up your game. The thing is now I've only got 3 fighters now, Andrew. So it's worked out great. I made a decision. come January to, you know, not fall out with anyone, but obviously a couple of fighters went. Paddy's retired, so that's me with 3 fighters. The freedom I've got now, I can take my lads sparring everywhere now as well. Whereas when you've got 6 or 7, it's quite tough as well. But this time, you know, we're going to Manchester. We're just being with Sam Maxwell to spar Lewis Ritson in Newcastle. Sorry, Hartlepool. We're going to Manchester next week to spar Jack Catto with Sean, so I can get out and about, because we're at the level now where we've got to go and spar the elite level, you know, the world title contenders. It's all right getting your own way in your own gym. To get the best, you've got to go and mix it with the best, and that's what we're doing. We're on the road now. We're also going to go to Kazakhstan. We've got Mohammed Wasim fighting there on the 28th of this month. Yeah. So we'll all go there, me, Sam, Dominic and Sean, and we'll be sparring the elite Kazakh fighters over there for a week. So that's what I'm saying. The less fighters I've got, the more freedom I've got to give. The ones who give me 110% will get it back themselves, and they'll pay in the fights as well.
They'll pay dividends, definitely.
Yeah, of course.
You mentioned Mohammed Wasim there. He's got a tough fight against Ryan Farag, somebody you know very well, and Ryan. What kind of fight are you expecting then between these two guys? I mean, they like to put it on the line, don't they? Like a wee war.
I know Ryan Farag from when he's been a kid, a teenager. I'm from the same area as him. I did train him for 18 months. He had a couple of fights with me. He's a personal friend, not just a friend, he's my mate. So it was a tough one, but this is business. It's nothing personal, you know, and Ryan's like, it's crossroads fight for him and Was really. Whoever wins will bomb on. Ryan's at the age, him and Was are 31, 32. If I know Ryan and he can fight, he can box, he can whatever we bring, you know, he'll try and match. But I've got a plan, no, like Albert will have a plan and Ryan will have a plan. And because it's Ryan, it's going to be hard for me. But you know, I've got to have me trainer hat on, and you know, obviously I want my man to win. But as long as they both come out safe and the best man win, I'll be happy with that. Is
it difficult for you then, Danny, when you've got somebody you know very well in the opposite corner and you're a fighter? Is it difficult for you emotionally and stuff like that, just to get up, not up for the fight, but to watch the fight go ahead?
It's a different feeling. Obviously it gives you that little kick up the arse where you're like, you know, you don't want to be getting beat off someone who you know, and you know, trainers who you know and stuff. But when you come down to where you come from, and I know him personally, I mean, I trained him for 18 months, so he's a friend. I know his strengths and I know his weaknesses, so it'll be a great fight, and the fans will be happy with it, because it should be, you could probably throw the two of them in a phone box, but there'd be different game plans coming into it, and it'd be a magnificent fight, I think.
Yeah, you touched on Sam Maxwell as well. We went down to Hartlepool to spar Lewis Ritson. We spoke off camera, you said them spars were excellent to watch. Just tell me about the sparring and Sam Maxwell. I mean, he's got a fight date but no opponent, or?
He's got a date, I think it's the 17th on the O2, the big Dubio and Joyce card in London. We've had a couple of names being put at us, but it looks like we could be fighting a Spaniard lad now. Orthodox kid, unbeaten, very, very good fighter, talented, or it could be an Indonesian, so we don't really know where we're up to. But the date was the 4th of April, so I'd already spoke to my friend Neil Fannin, and I spoke to Lewis Ritson, so it had gone back a couple of weeks. But see what I'm saying to you again, you're getting a world class work. So I just said, look, in our heads we're still fighting on the 4th, although we knew it could have been put back, so we didn't let them down, took Sam down there, and it's probably one of the best bars I've ever been involved in. It was like umdinger, it was just unbelievable. Lewis's engine, the power of him. Sam is, you know, is competing and holding his own, no problem at all. 8 rounds on the Tuesday and then 8 rounds on the Thursday. It was, honest to God, it was unreal. You would have paid to watch it, that's how good it was.
Sam's sort of the WBO European champion. I mean, if he fights all going well for him April 17th, he's highly ranked in the WBO. Again, a question I'm going to press you on is we going to see that world fringe level opponent for Sam this year at some stage?
Well, do you know what? I always gauge on like your sparring and how you're producing in this last couple of fights. He looks to me he's getting better and better. Now sparring Lewis will probably tell you himself, and Neil Fannin, you wouldn't know what level they were at. They were both at the same level. You couldn't split them. There's talk of Sam fighting for the WBO Intercontinental on this one. Me as a trainer and MTK, Sam's ready to go now. So after this fight, we've already decided in Dubai 2 weeks ago that Sam Maxwell after this fight is ready for anyone at 140. So if the opportunity comes, we're ready for the step right away. 3
fighters you've got, man. You can almost taste sort of like this world, not the world title, but the world level opponents for these guys in the coming 12 months.
It's the buzzers in the gym, the atmosphere is different. Even myself, I've sort of get, I'm loving it again. You know, you love coming to work in the mornings, so, and just the buzz about the lads, and the thing is when you've got a plan, it just get you out of bed in the morning. But the thing is, you get that scare factor because you know what one fight you're back down, you know, right down the line again.
You can't cut corners.
Can't cut corners, but as I said to you again, the beauty of just having 3 fighters is we're travelling all over the place, sparring as well, and to get to the level. I've done it for years with my dad. We travelled everywhere, sparred everyone, and it just get the best out because you're out your comfort zone. And I'm not saying, like, you know, we haven't been going sparring because, as I said, we had 6, 7, 8 fighters here at one time, but now to be the best you've got to travel and go and mix it with the best, and then you can gauge where you are from fighters and spars and stuff. So right now the gym's buzzing.
I want to touch on MTK. I mean, being that we are part of MTK, I want to just Josh Taylor, tough opponent in Aspinall Kong Song. I hope I pronounced that right.
Aspinall, yeah.
Aspinall Kong Song.
I'll just stick to Kong Song.
Yeah, I'll just stick to Kong Song as well. I don't know why I tried his full name there. Showing off. Tough opponent, undefeated guy from Thailand, 16-0, 13
16-0, 13 KOs.
What are you hoping from Josh?
I just want to see Josh leave where he left last year when he won the 2 belts, when he unified it. We need a big, strong performance from him. He's in his own country, and Glasgow to just. I mean, he's going to pack it out anyway. Kong Song's going to bring it. He's coming to win. He's 5'10". He's big like Josh, but as I said, I can't see anyone beating Josh Taylor, and I mean that. And I've said it to you 4 years ago. He's always been the man for me, and everyone, even like Sam and Sean, they've always one eye on him. They always want to be him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think
that's a massive compliment for Josh.
No, I've always said it. And I like the kid. I'm not just saying it because he's with MTK. I said it when he was with Shane and the McGuigans as well. I've said it from day one. You could see. I knew him from as a youngster coming through. He's the bollocks. Like he's top man. So I can see him now. Ramirez is fighting Postal.
It's May 9th, I think it is.
Got made yesterday. I think I've seen it on Top Rank. I can't see Ramirez beating. I can see him beating them all. I think he'll unify the lot. Definitely. He's just got that mentality and that grit and the speed, the accuracy. He's got everything. What do
you think of his partnership with Ben Davison?
Do you know what? I wasn't surprised. I heard 2 names who he was interested. He was interested in Adam Bood, and young Ben's there coming through now as a top trainer. Adam's already been and done it. Ben's still learning as he's going, but he's been involved with some massive fights with Tyson Fury and Billy Joe, and they've gelled, so wish them all the best, and I just hope they go and catapult and win everything.
I think there's a sort of like May 2nd's Josh, and if Billy Joe Saunders looks like he's getting the Canelo gig, that's May 2nd as well, so I think
a tricky one.
The last 3 weeks of Josh's camp, Ben probably won't even be there. I think he'll probably be in Las Vegas with Billy. It's been at some huge fight.
Yeah,
I just wonder what the plan is for Josh, man.
You better ring Ben.
I think Josh's talent, he's got the talent there too.
Josh is one of them kids who can train on his own, isn't he? I mean everyone needs a cornerman, but I'm just saying he's got that much ability that if Ben wasn't in his corner, he'd probably be alright with someone else in his corner, if you know what I mean. There's elite level and there's levels in elite level, and he's at the elite level.
But let's talk about Billy Joe now, MTK fighter, Canelo. I mean, it's not been announced yet, I don't think, but it
looks
there,
like it's done,
doesn't it?
It's there or thereabouts.
I mean, do you think Billy can do it?
If anyone can, Billy can. You know, look at the ability what Billy's got. I mean, he can make a big puncher look terrible. It's whatever Billy Joe turns up. I don't think Canelo's fought anyone like Billy Joe with the movements and the reflexes, and you know, he's an outstanding boxer. He was Olympian when he was 18. I remember him on the circuit with Joe Selkirk and Stephen Smith when he used to train Stephen years ago. For me, Billy Joe's frightening. He's probably one of, we talk about Josh being the great southpaw. Josh is probably learning off Billy now in the gym, picking things up. For me, being in the gym with Billy when he's been with Jimmy Tibbs over in Marbella a few years ago, I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a talent like Billy, if I'm honest. Because I say to Sean, the 2 people you want to be looking at is Billy Joe and Josh. And no disrespect to anybody else, but that's my opinion. They're the 2 elite fighters.
What's it going to take for Billy then to beat somebody like Canelo? Just box and move, or what's it called? Stick and slip.
Stick and slip. Yeah.
That's a wee plug for you, Danny.
Yeah, I know. It's a good one. You'd have to box him, wouldn't you? I mean, he couldn't stand with him anyway. It's not Billy's style. Billy just set traps with him, make him make mistakes. We're talking about Canelo here, who is like unbeatable, they say, but a tricky southpaw. And you know, even when I boxed as a kid, a good southpaw always beats a good orthodox, and like a good boxer always beats a good fighter, and it's so true. I mean, if Canelo just keeps coming to Billy picks him off. You don't know after 6 rounds if Billy's winning the fight. It's not supposed to happen. I'm like commentator here. Canelo getting frustrated, you just don't know. But if anyone can beat him, maybe Billy Joe Saunders.
Definitely.
I really do.
But you sound like a good commentator. Have you got any like that? Where's your stick and slip thing? You can plug it. What is it, Martin?
They're all upstairs.
They're upstairs. Go and grab one and do a wee plug on this.
They're all upstairs.
Because I want to get your quick opinion on
Do you know what? I don't think there's any here. There's one in my room. You'd have to get me keys, and there's one in the spare room.
We'll give it a plug. We'll give it a plug. Go forward, sorry, man. Everyone wants to see that face, anyway. Look. That's that. Look. There he is. There. Look.
He's anything to get on the camera, isn't he?
Oh, he's been sitting there watching us like, when's it matter?
He's been coughing and stuff at the side here, so we look at him.
Don't cough too loudly because people.
Was him champ?
Yeah, but that Canelo fight, it's a dream come true to Billy, and Billy's paid his dues in the sport. He's won. What you got to look at with Billy is what you got to respect is, I think he won a Southern Area title, then he won a British, Commonwealth, European, and he's never backed down. Yeah, he's done it the old school, old-fashioned way, which is, I think, it's every boxer's dream really. And then to go and win 2 WBO world titles, beating Andy Lee at his peak, and then beating the other kid I don't know his name to be a 2-time world champion. He's paid his dues and he deserves his big payday. He really does.
Definitely.
Been in the game since a kid.
Yeah, he's been on Olympics and everything, hasn't he? So
I'll say a prayer for him.
Definitely.
On May the 2nd, like I will with everyone else, to go and do it.
I think we're all hoping the same thing. A couple of weeks ago, Tyson Fury took on Deontay Wilder. I mean, he said he was going to stop him. He said he was going to come in at 270 pounds. Everyone was saying that's too heavy. He's proved everyone wrong again, hasn't he, Tyson Fury?
Where'd you get him from? I mean, he said he was going to go in and bash him up, and he went in and just took it to him, and he absolutely destroyed him. He bullied the bully, he really did, but he done all the old tricks. He old manned him when he was coming on that extra 30 odd pound, whatever it was, leaning on him, making him tired, grabbing him, gloves in the face. But what I did notice from the get-go was the jab. His jab was like a right hand. It was unbelievable, and he dictated the fight behind the jab. He up and downed it whenever he wanted, and he absolutely annihilated him.
Oh, I've seen a thing that Max Kellerman did over in the States, that he said people can like saying, oh, would Tyson Fury be good against George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier? Max Kellerman was like, can't write him off. I mean, he's 6'9", and the way he moves, like at 270 pounds, it's like almost unheard of, isn't it, for somebody that size?
He moves like a middleweight, but he does move like Muhammad Ali did. But the thing is, people say he can't punch and stuff. Well, look what he done last week against Wilder. I mean, when he fought Wilder the last time, obviously they might have given him too much respect. He boxed on the move. This time he's thought, well, I don't care about your right hand. I'll get to you, and the way to me, when I hit you, you'll feel mine. And it did. And he done it. What a job he done on him.
Great job. I was lucky enough to be there.
Jumping all around the house, punching all around the house. It was unbelievable.
I was lucky enough to be there. It's probably one of the best.
Oh, you were there. You want to throw that in that you're everywhere now.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there.
That's my first time in Vegas. It wasn't a bad fight to go and see in Vegas for your first time.
So where's your next big gig?
I've got New York to go see McCollum.
See what I'm saying? So I have to get that one in. So there's Vegas and New York. But fair play, you know. Probably the top interviewer now for IFL, in my opinion. I think you've outdone Coogan now. I think he's second in line.
You hear that, Coogan?
You're the main man. I'm just saying, Coogan, Andrew McCART is the main man.
I'll take that. I didn't even pay you to say that.
I'm just telling the truth.
What do you make of the excuses from Wilder with the costume being £40 and stuff
Load
like
of shite. Load of bollocks. I mean, you know, I've seen Joe Rogan put a video on that he trains with a £40, £45. What do they call it?
Like weighted vest.
So makes no excuse. You know, you'd have more respect for the man if he just turned around and said, I got beat off the better man on the night, and if they have a third fight, well, rightly so. If they do, I'd like to see him fight Joshua or someone else. I mean, we've been down that road and we've done it. Now we stopped him. Move on.
But the rematch clause, there's a rematch clause. I think he's exercised it. But touching on the Joshua fight, Tyson Fury, huge fight for, especially this country here, Britain. All the titles are in the UK with Joshua and Fury. I'm guessing you're backing our man.
I've got to back my man Fury, and I think he's all wrong for Joshua. I seen an interview of someone saying the other day that Joshua's all wrong for him. I don't think so. But boxing's about opinions, and I think on his day he beats them all. I think he beats Joshua as well. I like Joshua, but I'm just having my opinion that he beats him as well. No, okay, it's not there. We'll get it next time.
No, we'll get it next time. I was going to do a little plug for your stick and just break down on what it is that you've got.
What it is I've brought a slip rope out called stick and slip. It's basically 2 magnets, 25 kilo magnets on a bungee rope, what you can adjust from 16 foot for a boxing ring or a cage to 24 foot. Basically, is how what happens is I've got the lads shadow boxing, and I wanted to put a couple of lads on the bags and the lads in the ring. So in the minute, I'm going around with the old rope ways, you know, with the piece of wood, and it's taking like a minute and a half. I just had a brainwave. I thought, what have I done that with a magnet? Wouldn't tell anyone in case they thought I've gone round a bend, you know. So I made one myself. Showed the wife. She said, "You never thought of that." I said, "No, I did."
She's honest, which is good.
Yeah. Told me dad, and I told me mate at MTK Global, and he went like, "It's genius. So we need to go and get it." So me and a friend who's helping me with it, my brother-in-law, Ronan, we went and got the ropes, went and got the magnets, went serious on it, got it patented, got it trademarked, and here we are with stick and slip, and it's doing absolutely fantastic.
I've seen that a few gyms over in the States as well.
It's everywhere. It's Canada, New York, America. It'll be on Amazon shortly. But just a little idea, because that's all I think of is boxing 24 hours a day.
I'll be honest, I'm shocked that you came up with it, Dan. I thought maybe somebody else came up with it, but the fact that you came up with it.
That's terrible.
I'm not sure. Let me say I'm proud, and I'm proud that you've.
Thanks very much.
There you go. That's
because
a better word.
My dad said to me last week, he thought of it. He said, I've sent some down I sent some down to Derry Matthews, and he said to Derry Matthews, I told him about that years ago. he never. I'll just get it out there, he never. But do you know what? It's so easy and so quick to do. It's like, you know, you can put it any size for like junior boxers, you know, combat sport, football, MMA, football, I'm saying. But you can make a ring out of them as well, just if you were in somewhere with.
You have made a video on your Instagram. There's an Instagram for Stick and Slip, isn't there?
Yeah, Instagram Stick and Slip.
Is it at Stick and Slip?
At Stick and Slip, so if you want to follow it.
Yeah.
And they're £40 each, or 2 for £70. So
must have in your
get
gym,
your money out for your kids' Christmases and Easter or whatever.
Yeah.
But
birthdays.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
It can be up and down up in 10 seconds, down in 10. Boulder up into the bag. None of that old school ways of with the dowel or the piece of wood of putting it around, taking 2 minutes. We've moved on. We've evolved, and Stick and Slip's the one.
Danny's the man, eh?
And that's the one.
He's a boxing coach, entrepreneur, businessman.
Yeah.
Look at him. Inventor
now, yeah.
Jeez. You can do it all, man.
Yeah, but going back to the big bill.
Oh yeah.
On May the 2nd, we've just spoke about Josh and what we think with Josh. You've also got Lee McGregor on it.
Yeah.
He'll be defending his British and Commonwealth title. You've got Sonny Edwards.
There's quite a lot of MT Mark McEwen.
You've got Mark. We've got 3 of MTK Scotland lads. You've got Mark McEwen, who's a top kid. He's going to be the next big thing coming out of Scotland. You've got Craig McIntyre, and we've also got Michael McGurk on. So it's buzzing with local talent. And you've got Lee on as well, Josh, Sonny Edwards. What a fight that is. So it's a stacked card, and we cannot wait to all get behind Josh and watch him retain his titles.
Well, being that you're on MTK Scotland, you're Jock. What are you, Scouse? What do we call you?
No, I'm 10 years here now, so I'm a Scouse Jock.
Scouse
Do you
Jock.
think is that okay?
Jock. Yeah.
Scouse Jock, yeah.
Or Josh, I don't know. What knows? I'm trying to blend the two words together, but I can't think of anything smart.
Listen, it's home from home. You're Scottish. The Glasgow people, Edinburgh people are just like Scousers, so it's great here.
Same cities, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
2 football teams in one river.
One great football team in Everton, and another one named Liverpool. So.
Hey, Martin, can Liverpool win the league at Everton on Monday night?
See on Monday night, won't we?
What are you going to do, Danny, with that?
Yeah, lad. I don't know.
If
Liverpool win the league at Everton, I think there'll be a riot. That's what I think.
And you can stay off what?
Listen, fair play to Liverpool, have done really well to win the league. Just hope they don't win at Everton. That's all.
Yeah.
So I couldn't care less.
How much that pay for you to say fair play there?
Really bad. Really hard. But on camera, I've got Liverpool mates as well.
I know, you'll say something different off camera.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When you put the camera down, I'll tell you different.
Exactly. We'll keep it at that then. Danny, as always, it's an absolute pleasure coming
Thanks
to the
very
gym.
much, Andrew.
Absolute pleasure talking to you.
And you too, mate.
Well, hopefully I'll see you soon for one of your big fights.
Well, when you're flying all around the world, don't forget where you started, okay?
Exactly. Look at this gym. Look, this is where I started. Look, right in here.
Thanks, Andrew.
No worries, Danny. Thanks very much for
mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.